Here is a really tiny village, which I have some really interesting ideas for. Only 5 buildings. However, we would expand it. And I want to utilize a lot more space around here and make some changes. You see, we got some weird features here. This actually has water over here. Now, I will get into this in a moment, but I think this village should have a specialization. And because of this forest here, I want to give it a botanical garden. I think that will be interesting, especially with all of that snow so close by. They need something really nice and beautiful here. So, botanical garden and lots of flowers? I think so. Now, we're only going to require a bit of wall for this village, which is going to be interesting. What I would like to do right here, this is not a cave. It's a weird depression that, quite frankly, should be filled with water. As you can see, this is coming in. So we're going to fill this up with water. There we go. And this is going to help create part of our barrier. And over here, I want to flood this too. So this is going to be a nice big pond. And yeah, let's go over to here. There is a cave over there. I don't really care for it. I don't want this to be a mining village. No thanks. Flood with water. Okay, now because this is going to be flooded, we have something interesting to deal with here. We're going to have very short wall. So let's start off, and that is purple here. So we're going to start off with a wall going from here out to here. And that's very simple, isn't it? And what we're going to have is kind of a gate coming from here. So right down in here. So let's do this. So we've got our gate, and this is going to be our main entrance to the village. Coming from that way. I've already done the village over there. I will show a map in a moment. So let's just do this like this. Okay, so we got the gate, and we're going to have a bridge. So in a way, this is kind of like a moat. First time, huh? Okay, so this is going to be all flooded, and of course we're going to have, I think, maybe from around here. So let's do this. We're going to have the wall continuing on in this direction. And because of the flooding over in this direction, we're going to have another barrier on that side. Now, this is going to cover a large area inside, isn't it? Yes, it is. So we will, of course, have our usual towers. I think one right around here would be great to have. So I know it's not going to be this tiny, but I'm just doing this, showing tower location. And probably one over here. Again, just for lookout. Like this. Now with this huge space inside, that means we're going to have quite a few farms and gardens. So this area, I think, can be dedicated to a whole bunch of farms and gardens. So let's do that. So we want to make it look beautiful here. And of course we got the central square right here. And I think we're going to put businesses around the central square. All right, central square surrounded by businesses. So we'll likely have businesses like, selling flowers and a lot of agricultural things. It's largely going to be an agricultural village. And I think I wish we had more fruit in the game. So let's go over here and just put down this sign here and say forest is a botanical garden. There we go. Now we have a space way down here. It's going to go out to here, but I think there should be something beautiful here. Maybe let's say a big glass house slash well, it's going to be, of course, botanical garden, like I was saying. And let's say, what do you call it? Yeah, it's let's just leave it at that. And I think throughout we may have a purpose for this. I think what we're going to have coming over here, maybe, or over here. This is like a narrow spot. So I think it'd be nice to have a bridge going to this island. So let's go over here. And I would like on this island, this is going to be agricultural. So I'm not going to figure out what goes where yet. But I want there to be an apiary. That's a bee farm, just so you know. So a bee farm here. Wouldn't that be great? And we'll be able to make honeycomb and honey and all that stuff. Now, this, of course, because this is here, this signifies we're going to have docks. And it's going to be a place where they can send their goods in multiple directions. We'll take a look at that in a moment. So, of course, we're going to have a lot of no industry in this village. Absolutely not. So, this is the main street here. So, main street, we should have things like, not businesses, and more businesses. And often this direction, things like houses, and over here too. I don't want to make this too big. And over here, this area is going to be full of farms and gardens yet again. Let's not break that. Farms and gardens. So as you can see, we're going to be putting in a lot of greenery in this village. And I think that is going to be a very interesting one. The word I'm thinking of course, over here is greenhouse. Not sure why I couldn't think of that word. Let's just add that on here. There we go. And, you know, just make it really nice and pretty. Just so you can see a whole bunch of nice views in many directions. So, are we going to have other bridges going elsewhere? I'm not sure. We might off in this direction. Just taking a look here, we do have another village in this direction, and I think most likely the best route would be to take this direction. Possibly. So I think we will have to have a bridge here. And just looking at the terrain here, that's a little bit difficult over there. So possibly over in this direction. We may just cut through here. Yeah, we could do a bridge here. There we go. Bridge to that part of the country. We do have a bit of an entrance to a cave here, so I think this might have to be blocked a bit, but considering this is a labyrinthum, caves are a thing. Okay, so looking at the overall picture here. So this village we have already looked at with the big cave entrance here. This one's going to be a large trading and small industrial village. And there is going to be a border crossing through here, going into, of course, this country with our clifftop city. And we're going to have roads going off in this direction. Well, joining up with this village and going up in this direction towards the capital city here. So that is an interesting idea, I think, for this village. It is much smaller than the other ones, but we're going to expand this. Not so much in terms of a lot of houses, but this is going to be a very large protected area full of flowers and, of course, crops. So this is a very big area where we're going to have lots and lots of farms. So very big agricultural area. And I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be an interesting village. All right, so let me know what you would do with this village. I'm really curious to know what you think about it. So let me know in the comments below. If you like videos like this and would like to see some more, then please consider subscribing to this channel as well as my main one, which is where I would be building this village here. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.